Hey guys, welcome back to I am Tammy J. It is so good to see you all, and I hope that you are doing well. So I decided that I'm going to do a video in regards to 5 things that I refuse to do in 2025. The reason that I felt like it was a good idea to do that is because I feel like we make New Year's resolutions of all the things that we are going to do, but a lot of times we don't take the time to make decisions about the things we're not going to do, whether, those things are things we're doing to ourselves or things that we are allowing other people to do to us. So going into 2025, I want to make sure that these are the top 5 things that I do not do. Okay. Now I did write these things down so that I don't ramble on forever and ever, because I kind of want to keep this video short and sweet and to the point. So let's get into it. Okay. Number 1, I refuse to do any more negative self-talk in 2025. I'm really hard on myself, and I know that there are other people out there that are really hard on themselves, and we tend to beat ourselves up. We are, trying to have everything perfect, and we want everything just lined up right. And when it's not, we pick ourselves apart. And so I came to the conclusion that, would you talk to someone else that way? Would you speak to someone else that way? And if that answer is no, then why would you speak that way to yourself? So for me, talking down to myself or bad to myself or even name calling myself, has got to go. And we're not doing that in 2025. It is not conducive to our health, our mental health, and self-love and self-care for ourselves. So we're not going to do that anymore. And so, yeah, that is definitely number 1 on my list. It's easy to do it. And I think a lot of times we don't even mean to do it, but we just do it because it's easy for us to pick ourselves apart, and so we're not going to do that anymore. Okay. So number 2, self sabotage. Yes, let me tell you, self sabotage is something that I definitely can say actually probably should have been number 1. I used to, whenever I used to train really hard back in the day and stuff, I would do like really good all week. And then the weekend would come and I would say, oh, I lost 3 pounds. I'm going to have this meal that I want to have. And the problem with that and stuff is like, okay, I'm going to gain all the weight back, because it was just a vicious cycle that I was doing to myself. I would lose weight and then I would self-sabotage. Another reason that I would self-sabotage is because I would kind of feel like I didn't deserve it, or I would do it because I felt like somebody else was going to say, you don't deserve this. Like you're not worth this. You're not enough. And so before somebody else could say these things or whatever, I would just say those things to myself. Not doing that anymore. I am focusing more on speaking lovingly to myself. Like I said, no negative talk, but also in stuff, knowing that when I set a goal for myself and when I'm doing something, I know that I'm going to have bad days. But just because of that, I'm not going to self-sabotage, and I'm not going to destroy everything that I'm working for and that I'm working on just because I have a bad day or just because things are not going the way that I would have liked them to go. So we're not doing that anymore and stuff. We're going to, we're going to enjoy the success that we have, even if it's small success. We're going to take that and we're going to be happy about it. So no more self-sabotage. Number 3, avoiding challenges or risk. Now, I know you're probably like, Tammy, what are you talking about? Avoiding challenges and risk? Girl, what risk you taking? But honestly, sometimes we can play it too safe. So like for me, living with chronic pain and always being in pain, sometimes I don't challenge myself enough. I don't say, let's just try it and see what we can do. Sometimes that fear that it's going to cause me to have a really bad flare and I'm going to be down, I just won't do it. I won't challenge myself. I want to learn how to edit better here on YouTube and stuff. And I have to challenge myself to do that and stuff. But sometimes, it's like, because you have all this negative talk and the self-sabotage going along with it, you just don't want to take the chance. You don't want to take a risk of doing it because you are afraid that someone is going to say, oh, look at that, or that's not good, or whatever and stuff. So, or you say it to yourself. And most of the time it's me saying it to myself. That's not going to be good enough. So I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to attempt to. We're no longer doing that. If there is a challenge and there is something that we want to do, we're going to try it. We're going to attempt it. We're going to put effort into it and stuff. We're not going to self-sabotage. We're not going to negative talk ourselves, and we're going to keep moving on and moving forward, because that is the only way progress is made. And small progress is better than no progress. I used to always say a little bit of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. And I'm going to go back to saying that. So that's number 3. Let's go ahead and jump into number 4. I told you I'm trying to make this video very fast and stuff. So number 4 is settling for less. Okay, so I am real big on cheering other people on and motivating other people and encouraging other people to live their best life, to go for it. But I find that a lot of times I will settle for less for myself. So like I just said, it may be something that I want to do. It may be something that I want to try, something that I'm interested in or whatever. But instead of me going for the gusto, like going all in for it, I will settle for the bare minimum. I'll say, oh, I'll just take this piece when I know that I want something bigger and better. So in 2025, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going for it, okay? And we're going to give it our all. We are not going to keep telling ourselves that we don't deserve better, because we do. So whether that is a relationship, whether that is a job that you're working, whatever it is, we deserve better. And we have to stand up and ask for that better. I was just telling a friend the other day that, the way we treat ourselves, the way we show up for ourselves is the way other people will show up for us and the way people will treat us. If they see that we don't care about ourselves and we're pulling ourselves apart and putting ourselves down and we're, just hiding from the world because we are afraid of what people have to say, then they will use that against us. And that will be the thing that hinders us from making any type of progress, whether it's small or whether it's big. So 2025, no longer doing that, and no longer allowing anyone else to make me feel less than or settling for that and stuff. I think I said once before, I am in a season of what other people's preferences are for how I should look or how I should feel about myself is no longer number one. It's not priority. How I feel about myself and how I want to show up and stuff is priority. And you have to do the same thing, You guys see that I cut all my hair off. This time it was more of a necessity that I had to versus I just wanted to. But you know what? At first I was going to wear the wigs. If you guys see in previous videos, I slapped the wig on and that was where I was going to hide out and stuff. But I decided and everything, I'm not doing that. I am who I am. Short hair, bald head, long hair, wigs, whatever it may be. But this is how I was made. And this is my hair. And I love me just this way. So for somebody who doesn't love me this way and everything, or you don't like it, it's okay. You have that right and stuff not to like it. But you not liking it is not a priority and stuff of what I like for myself. All right. So number 4, we're not settling for less in 2025. And the final one, number 5, is overthinking. That probably should have been number 1 as well and stuff. So I'm trying to keep up with the time, guys. So let me go ahead and hit this one and stuff. Overthinking. Oh my gosh. So like with YouTube, I have a tendency of overthinking things. I don't know how to edit the best. but I'm learning and I'm going to get better and stuff. I forget to pick up the camera and record. I yada yada yada. I have all these things, but I overthink everything and stuff. Even with doing my website and everything, I had to keep reminding myself, like, don't overthink it, Tammy. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be functioning. And so I'm no longer overthinking things in 2025. I'm getting back in the gym. I have not been feeling my best in my body, and things like that recently and stuff. So I haven't been able to get in the gym like I want to, but I'm getting back in the gym. I am, getting back to focusing on just eating healthy, doing my herbalist stuff, all these things that I was overthinking. And so we're no longer going to go into 2025 overthinking it. We're going to go into it and stuff and just make it happen. Like, if it's not good when we first do it, that's okay. We can always do it again and again and again and again. So guys, those are my 5 things that I refuse to do in 2025. If you have things that you're going into 2025 that you're no longer going to do, please list them down below and stuff. Let's keep this conversation going. I would love to hear from you guys and hear what you're no longer going to do. Whether that, like I said, that's something negative that you're doing or, somebody else is doing to you. But let me know what you're not accepting in 2025. 2024 was a good year. It was an amazing year. I got my degree and I accomplished a lot. I got my website up and all those things. And I am just super happy on how things are going and how I'm going into 2025. So with that being said, guys, until the next time, I wrote this down because I wanted to say it right. But until the next time, remember, you're strong, you're beautiful, and you're worthy. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.